On October 6, 1980, the Jonathan Grant High School was officially opened on White Church Street in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The school was named in honor of Jonathan Grant, Jamaican politician who lived and served prior to the independence of the island. Today, Jonathan Grant High School is among the well-known high schools in Jamaica with admirable exam passes in recent years, involvement in sports, and television quiz. In this video, I examine the death registration form of the man, Jonathan Grant, to reveal his untimely death in mid-1962. I am Nigel D. Salmon. Welcome to Jamaican Chapter. This is the death registration form for Jonathan Grant. I will be looking through his death registration form to understand the official cause of his death and also look at his personal information on the form. I will begin at the top of the form and then go down. So at the top of the form it says death registration form, death in the district of Mary Brown's Corner, Parish, St. Andrew. Below that, in the first box, it says place of death, and they wrote Cherry Gardens, St. Andrew. So Mr. Jonathan Grant died in Cherry Gardens, St. Andrew. Over on the right side in the box, it says usual residence of deceased, and they had written something, then they crossed it out and wrote something else. I can't make that out, but I'm sure I make out Spanish Town, St. Catherine. So his usual residence before he died was Spanish Town, St. Catherine. So he lived in Spanish Town, St. Catherine and died in Cherry Gardens, St. Andrew. We'll start by looking at the left side of the form first. So on the left side of the form going down, we see particulars of deceased, date of death, and they wrote 16th June 1962. In more familiar terms, date of death June 16, 1962. So we know he died on June 16 of 1962. Below that we see full name, and they wrote Jonathan Grant. Yes, that was his full name. Below that we see condition, and they wrote married. He was married to a woman called Beatrice Thompson, who became Beatrice Grant after marriage. The marriage took place on August 24, 1939 at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Spanish Town. Jonathan Grant at the time of the marriage was aged 26 and Beatrice was aged 24. Beatrice was a dressmaker, and at the time Jonathan Grant was a foreman and a planter. Below marriage we see age, and they wrote 49. So according to his death registration form, he was age 49 at the time of his death. Below age we see occupation or calling, and they wrote politician, and that's what he is mostly known for, politics. Before becoming a politician, he worked as an assistant teacher, he worked as a dry goods merchant, a planter, as a foreman, several jobs before he joined the People's National Party as a young man. And while being a member of the People's National Party, PNP, he became the PNP candidate for the Southeastern St. Catherine constituency in the 1955 general election. In that 1955 general election, Jonathan Grant won for the PNP. Yes, he won Southeastern St. Catherine. 4 years later, in the 1959 general election, he won again, keeping his seat for Southeastern St. Catherine. He was appointed to the cabinet as Minister of Labor. In 1962, Jonathan Grant began feeling ill. Despite this, he entered the 1962 general election to keep his seat for Southeastern St. Catherine. But the 1962 general election was a big win for the Bustamante-led JLP. Jonathan Grant lost his seat for the Southeastern St. Catherine constituency. Yes, he lost his seat, and that was pretty much it for him in terms of politics, because shortly after his illness was diagnosed. It was diagnosed and it was fatal. Just over a month after losing in the 1962 general election, Jonathan Grant died. So, what did he die from? Let's find out. Below occupation or calling, we see birthplace, and they wrote St. Catherine. So yes, Jonathan Grant was born in the parish of St. Catherine. We will now look over on the right side of the form where we will see the official cause of his death. So over on the right side of the form here, we see in this section where they list the official cause of death. It says cause of death, and they wrote carcinoma of pancreas. Now, carcinoma means cancer. So, carcinoma of the pancreas means that he had cancer in that part of his body. So we can officially say, after looking at his death registration form, that Jonathan Grant, the man whose name is called every day and that popular school, Jonathan Grant High School, we can officially say he died from carcinoma of the pancreas. In simple terms, Jonathan Grant died from pancreatic cancer.